Welcome back. The Namibia Bus and Taxi Association, NABTA, recently announced that public transport fees have gone up by 9.2%. This follows government's approval of the request by the association. Taxis in Windhoek will now charge $13 per single trip between ranks and double that from taxi ranks to residential areas. The increment is, however, less than the 15% initially requested by NABTA, which would have translated to $14 per trip. With more information on the increment, I'm now joined in studio by NABTA's National Secretary General, Penda Nakathingo. Good morning and welcome.
Yes, good morning, dear.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, please.
When did these increments come into effect?
The increment came to effect from the 1st of December this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please.
And does this serve as a relief for the taxi and the bus operators?
Very much. It's a relief, although it's not sufficient. So we appreciate what the government has done for us, at least to top up something, to make a living. So it is really a release.
The increment came a month after NABTA had initially requested for it, despite the increase in fuel prices. How has this affected operations of buses and taxis?
Well, the operation is very difficult. Our buses and taxi operators are operating under very severe situation. So that's why you see NABTA is fighting so hard to see to it that at least the bus and taxi operators at least earn a living. That's why we said this price increase came as a relief, although it's not sufficient. Really, the situation is not easy, especially during these lockdown issues and also all those kind of sort of things.
Now, initially, NABTA had requested for 15% increment. However, only a 9.2% was granted. Are you satisfied with this compromise?
Well, we are not saying that we are satisfied, but we appreciate it. So, because, a little is better than nothing. So, therefore, what we are saying is we are keep on striving, we are keep on trying to find any amicable solution in terms of survival of the bus and taxi operators. But we appreciate what the government has done for us. So at least it can add to what was not there.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate on that. But, the situation is not easy.
Yeah.
Yes.
At the moment, NABTA only announced the taxi and bus fares for Windhoek. When will the fares for the rest of the country, as well as for those that, travel long distance, be announced?
I don't know where you take that, because, NABTA is it's countrywide, and whenever we do the price increment or the price, when you request for the price increment or any announcement, we do it nationally. So not just only in Windhoek, and that is effective across the country.
And for long distance trips, what is the increment there? So
it's the same, 9.2%. Then that is translated according to the distance per route. Yes.
All right. For how long will this new rates be in effect, and what happens when the fuel prices, go low again?
This price, it's permanent, such increment, because, when the price gets lower, it does not necessarily mean that the price will go down again, because as we speak now here, after this increment, the price has gone up more than 5 times, but we only get an increment once. So it means that we are still operating under severe situation. So that's why we say we appreciate what the government has done for us.
Operators of buses and taxis are required to have this new price list. Why is that?
Yes, because we find it necessary that all buses and taxis should carry the price list in their vehicles. We always receive numerous complaints and calls regarding the overcharging, fighting between customers and drivers. We don't want that to happen again. Although this price list it's a mandatory to bus and taxi drivers, because the purpose of a taxi price list or a bus of the price list is to have a conducive environment between the driver and the taxi driver, the passengers. So it means that we want no fight anymore. We want no complaint anymore when it comes to the pricing. So therefore, NABTA have to make sure that there is a national tariff guide, which is guiding the drivers, which is guiding the passengers and the general public. Again, we have made the resolution on the 28th of October this year, when we have our national conference here in Windhoek. Members travel from all the regions, so that we can have a review in a tariff guide, so that we want to have a tariff guide book a booklet. So that is the reason why we want each and every taxi driver have the taxi price in their buses or their taxis. Again, we have made a resolution that NABTA will hand over the price list to most of the police stations. So because whenever complaints comes, passengers or operators running to the police station for amicable solution. So if now the police that is not in possession of this price list, they will be unable to resolve this issue in the absence of NABTA officials. So that's the reason why we said they must have that price list in their buses or taxis. Yes.
Mr. Nakathingo, any final remarks you'd like to leave us with this matter?
The final remark from NABTA is that we really appreciate the patience of bus and taxi operators. They're so kind. I don't know, in Namibia, you can't find patient or kind people other than taxi or bus drivers or operators. They are so kind in any situation. So we really appreciate their kindness, their patience. We just encourage them to continue doing so, being a good citizens. So we are facing the festive season, where especially long distance operators will travel or transport passengers from point A to point B, from their workplace to their families. We encourage them and we are appealing to them to drive safe, not to speed, to adhere to the rules of the road, to mask always, and the passengers, whenever they are in the bus, they must put their face mask, sanitize wherever possible, because you know this situation, we are not compelling bus drivers to have sanitizing on their buses, but we are encouraging them to do so if they can. So safety should be the priority for everyone. Passengers must not threaten drivers to drive very fast, or that I'm late, I want to go quickly, I want the bus that is full. That should be the thing of the past. Passengers must plan their trip earlier in order for them not to be late. We are expecting overcrowding at bus terminals wherever, you know, at this particular moment when the people are going home. So, and again, coming back to school, coming back to work, the situation will be the same. But NABTA is trying, we are trying our level best so that we can mitigate the situation and find amicable solution to have some buses extra for this traveling. So COVID-19 still living with us. We must apply social distancing at all loading terminals so that we cannot spread this particular COVID-19.
Sir, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
That was Penda Nakathingo, who is the National Secretary General for the Namibia Bus and Taxi Association. We'll be right back.